Hi, Miney here. Welcome to part 2 of my train travel catch-up, where I'm catching you up on the first 100 plus stations that I visited on my journey to visit all stations in the UK. This video wasn't intended to be split into two parts, but when I edited it down, it came out to about 37 minutes, and I was like, nah, that's a bit too long. So this is the me from the edit. Again, if you missed the end of the last video, I am sick. That's why I sound all bunged up, because I am in fact bunged up. But yeah, I'll hand you back over to Miney from the past to talk to you more about the upcoming train trips. So then we have the 11th of July, where it was the day I got paid, and I had some other stuff, so I thought I'd just go out and explore some more stations, and have a bit of fun. So I went out and I managed to tick off Stetchford, the Hawthorns, Langley Green, Smatic Grove Street, and that was the stations I ticked off that day. It was a lot of fun. I also saw the climate train again. It's something of a habit. I've seen the climate train a lot of times. Then we jump to the 13th of July, where I went a bit mad. We went to Selly Oak, Bourneville, Kings Norton, Northfield, Sutton Coldfield, Wild Green, Chester Road, Erdington, Whiffle, Whitlock's End, Bawdsley, Small Heath, Shirley, Hall Green, Stourbridge Junction, Stourbridge Town, Gravelly Hill, Duddeston, Aston, and that was it. That was a lot of stations in that day, and it was a lot of fun. I managed to see a whole bunch of cool places. I really enjoyed myself. And I got a bunch of cool. I got this really weird video of me walking away at Bawdsley. Don't ask me why. It just was a thing. But Bawdsley was cool to tick off because it was my first station that I had like a really dodgy service. Also, speaking of dodgy services, look at this sign at Bawdsley. On one platform it says trains to Birmingham, platform 2. Yeah, that's correct some days. On the other one it says trains to Shirley and Dulwich, platform 1. On a regular timetable, there are no trains to Shirley or Dulwich. The train only stops towards Birmingham. There's only when football fixtures are put on that there's trains towards Shirley and Dulwich. It's like, you what? But it seems that, again, I had the railway bug, because on the 16th, I was back out again. Don't ask me where I was getting all this money from. I really have no idea. But yeah, so on the 16th, I started at Solihull. I went to Solihull, Whitney Manor, Acox Green, Alton, Earlswood, Spring Road, Yardley Wood, Tipton, Dudley Port, Cradley Heath, Lye, Danebridge Parkway, Bescott Stadium, Whitton, Hampstead, Perry Bar. The Perry Bar picture is really weird. I need to retake it. Blake Street, Four Oaks, Butler's Lane, and that was about it. And that was pretty much it for a while in terms of my train trips. I have this video of me being the only person in a quiet coach on an Avanti Voyager. Yeah, I had the whole thing to myself. That was the 16th, and I think at that point that was about it for July. I don't think I went on any more trips until August, because in August I went to visit my friend in the north of England, Mr. Osakuma, and I took a trip up. On that day, I visited. I managed to tick off Stockport, Manchester Oxford Road, and Bolton, which were really cool stations to tick off. Also, I don't like these pictures because I just have my haircut and my head looks like an egg. I don't like these pictures at all. But yeah, spending like 2 hours on a Voyager in a vestibule is an interesting experience. A few days later, I went off with my friend to visit another friend in the north to Liverpool. And to get there, we went past Wigan North Western, which was the 70th station that I ticked off. Then went to Liverpool Lime Street, and on the way back, I got Wigan Woolgate as well. It was lovely to see my friend in Liverpool. We had a really fun day. We got there at like 12, I think it was like 10:30, 11ish, and we were there till like 8, 9 p.m. We had so much fun, and honestly, it was a really fun experience. Okay, so that was the 9th. Then, on the 10th, I went out and about on my own on the railways. There it is. I visited a bunch of stations in the Manchester area, including Manchester Piccadilly, which I'd already been to, but it was nice to actually get a picture. Navigation Road, Salford Crescent, Salford Central, Manchester Victoria, Cheadle Hulme, Manchester Airport, and Deansgate, which was the 80th station that I'd visited so far on my trip. I have a couple of videos of trains at Manchester Piccadilly and, just stuff around, including, once again, old favourite, the climate train leaving Manchester Piccadilly. So enjoy that.
Stand clear of the yellow line on state behind your line on platform number 7. Please stand well back from the line on platform 7. Train now approaching zone 935 about to disco service. Do not move easily. Customers, please go well back with let the water doors open.
Train standing to the far departure train. On platform number 6, that's by the stairs.
And then came the sad day a few days later where I sadly had to make my way home. So, on the 12th of August, I made my journey home back to the Midlands. And on my way, I managed to tick off Crewe, which was a fun experience. I spent like 5 minutes at Crewe. I need to go back to Crewe properly, but Crewe has been ticked off the list officially. And that was, like I said, on the 12th of August. Then we come to the 21st of August. Okay, for some reason I can't find a folder for the 21st, but then we went to Lichfield Trent Valley, Shenstone, Lichfield City, Kidderminster, Hagley, Blakedown, Canley, Hampton in Arden, and Berkswell. Then on the 28th of August we went to Bloxwich and Bloxwich North. I decided I was just gonna go out and visit some stations. I went to a few other stations on that day, but those were the stations that I went to that were new. I also managed to see the climate train again. This seems to be a weird habit that I just keep bumping into the climate train. Literally, it followed me up to Manchester. I cannot move for the climate train. I actually had Look like I actually remember this day because I was at Salmon and Dudley, and I was like, "Oh, I wonder what train's gonna come in." Lo and behold, what comes in? Fucking climate train. Of course it does. And I'm like, "Oh, hello." Did not expect to see you here. I hadn't even checked, and it's like, yeah, it's the climate train. Then we move into September. Why, yes, we do. My birthday month. And what happened in September? Well, you guessed it, more trips on the railway. So on the 14th of September, I had my big trip up to Shrewsbury to complete my 100 stations up to Shrewsbury. So we did Bilbrook, Codsall, Albrighton, Cosford, Shifnal, Oaken Gates, Wellington, Shrewsbury, Telford Central, and that was it. Shrewsbury was my 100th station. Telford Central was just, I tacked it on because it was the 101st. And then I went to visit some friends and family in Coventry. So, yeah. So then 2 days later, when I was done with that on the 16th, I ticked off Coventry Arena. I decided that, tick that one off. And that was the last station within the standard day tripper area that I needed to tick off. So, I did that. And my journeys through the general West Midlands Day Tripper area were completed. Also, I have some pictures, because again, guess what I bumped into on the 16th of September? The fucking climate train. Literally, it's a beautiful train, but I saw it stalking me at this point. Also, there's some artistic pictures of me at New Street, because I found a nice bit of wall that I quite liked. Hi, yes, I'm an artiste. The next thing I did was I didn't go anywhere on the railway for a bit, and if I did, I didn't take many pictures. Because the next time I went on the railway was the 16th of October, and I went on a bit of a trip. I went to Warwick, Lapworth, Stratford-upon-Avon, and Kenilworth. The reasons I went to these stations, particularly Stratford, was because I was going to visit a friend of mine, an old school friend, that has moved to Stratford since we finished school, and I hadn't spoken to him I'd spoken to him in 6 years, but I hadn't seen him in 6 years. So it was nice to go and see him in person. Lovely to get a bit of time catching up with him. Like, Stratford's a beautiful place. I really love it. It was really nice to go to. Also, I will point this out. Look at how stupid this, re-platform notice is on a sign at New Street. Like, how unuseful is that? Obviously, I know why it said that, but it's just like, to be confirmed. It's like, what do you mean, to be confirmed? Like, tell me where the platform is. Also, this picture of Leamington, it doesn't really do it justice. But it was so dim that when I got back from Kenilworth to get the train back up north towards Birmingham, it was so dim. I was like, does someone need to put money in the meter or something? Because it's like, it's really dark. Also, I thought it was funny, so I took these pictures of me in the mirror or in the window on the Chiltern train up to Birmingham. Also, there's this picture which doesn't really do it justice, but I got drenched getting off the train at Birmingham Snow Hill, and I had to run from the far end of the platform down to the concourse. So I went to clean myself up and put my jacket on in the bathroom. And that pretty much brings us up to date in terms of railway trips. And in terms of stations as well, we are currently sat at 106 stations, and that's kind of where things are at the moment. I hope you've enjoyed this sort of like catch up and sort of look into everything that I've done so far. Like I say, I am planning to do some vlogs. The next station I am planning to tick off will be the ones remaining around Stratford. And the reason why I'm looking forward to doing vlogs with them is because a lot of those stations are stations where I've got to wait like an hour between trains. So if I have some if I can do some vlogging, it gives me something to do rather than just being sat there and not, talking or doing anything like twiddling my thumbs. Which is kind of what the Shrewsbury line was. Although I had YouTube on my phone and I just took both my phones and I was just, just chilling with my phone. But yeah, so that is going to be it. Honestly, I'm really excited for this challenge. There's so many stations around the UK that I've got to visit, and I think it's going to be amazing. I can't wait to go back to the lakes. Is an area I want to go to soon because I love it. It's beautiful. But when I want to go to the lakes, I want to go and like actually walk through the hills and see the lakes themselves. So it might take a bit longer for me to get the lake stations done because they're a beautiful area. But we'll see what we can do. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've made it to the end of this video, I really do appreciate you. And if you have done, I would really appreciate if you could like the video if you have enjoyed it, because this video, I imagine, I haven't edited it yet, but I imagine it's going to be a pain in the ass to edit. And also, if you do want to see more content like this on the channel, please don't forget to subscribe. And also be sure to ring the bell to be notified of when I upload future videos. Again, also if you want to support me on my train travel experience, you can go ahead and tip to me on Ko-fi if you so wish. Link will be as ever down in the description below. But anyway guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you all soon. Goodbye!